obviously, but Dr. Bernard Jensen was, the founder of Iridology, or the one who's been given that label. And so he studied, the health aspects over a lifetime, as you said.
Right. Yeah.
And then, behind him, I've got our gentleman with biooptic holography, and then someone with sclerology, and then someone with behavioral iridology. And so I've actually probably the newest in the ring. I've been at this since about 2011, after I came back from Africa. And so I'm just now coming into my 14th or 15th year, and it continues unfolding. Yeah. So for me, my husband and I one New Year's came up with the name Irigenics. We got up on New Year's and we said, let's make a word. Let's make a word for the Urban Dictionary. And Ira meaning the iris, the rainbow, or the iris of the eye, and genics meaning the study of the genetic influences of the iris and of the eye. And it will always be a study. I'm the beginner. As more people start looking, it's going to expand way beyond what I've done.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Does that make you tingle? Because you could you could go to astrology in the same way. Couldn't you? Astrogenics. Thanks for that. I think we might be buying astrogenics.com later on today.
No. But I mean, one of the things, when I look at an eye, it's like a stellation. It looks, it's a star of some sort, and when I look at a birth chart, or there is this kind of mapping of potential in a circular shape, and like when I look at a birth chart, I feel like it pulls me in, maybe a bit intuitively, but it feels like it is to me it feels like a like a DNA, like I'm unlocking some kind of coding, like your birth code. I wonder if there's ever been a study that's linked iridology and astrology. I'm wondering how many other.
We've asked so many questions now. There's so many complicated questions, but you can see how excited we are about this.
Yeah, it is exciting. And so I have an app coming out, a phone app, mobile phone app, and it's going to be out within the next month, but first week March, somewhere the week of March 7th to 15th, and that will allow people to start taking their own eye photos and to start their own little eye reading. And part of the reason I'm doing that is because up until now, I've been working a lot of holistic fairs and expos to read people live and to, work with them on their ancestral patterns. But I realized that I'm coming to a point where it's time to kind of deliver to the world, right? Yes. And so I've got to get back behind the scenes and get back into the study more and get the materials made. I had the option to just go out and teach 100 people over here and 50 people over there. But then you're wondering, well, are they doing it right? Did they remember what I said right? And what if I've learned something new? How do I make sure everyone's got it? And so for me, I think I'm much more interested to bring books, videos, any aspect that I can where people can start diving in themselves. Once I get that done, then I can go out and look to certify people, et cetera, kind of like the start of human design.
Yes.
And as you said, Louisa, comparing the astrology chart to the eyes, oh yeah, please, let's sit down and do it.
I'd love to have an off-air conversation.
I feel the same way about human design. Like there's definitely a tie. I can see it. Yes. My husband and I have the same human design, but we have different eye structures, and our eye structures are very different. Not completely, but they're very different. And the way we operate in life is quite different. We are, as you two may be as well, we're the yin and the yang, right? He has some things I don't. I may have some of the things that he doesn't. And so for me, in all of our universe as it currently is, it's wholeness that attracts, not opposites. It's completion, right?
Completion, balance, wholeness. Absolutely right. And what's his name? Can we give him a shout out?
Yes, it's Daniel Dougherty.
Hi, Daniel.
And is he a therapist or a researcher as well? Is that his thing?
He retired. So we are enjoying our first year of working at home together, but he was really the strong point behind Irigenics. I had been doing this work in Colorado, in the US, with social workers, with Department of Corrections, with Boys and Girls Clubs. And I came to Virginia to be with him. And he said, well, honey, nobody knows about this. You've got to bring this to the world. And so 2018 was when I first started working holistic fairs and expos. And now I've got a line from the time I walk in until I walk out.
Yes. And what a lovely way of seeing it. It's a lifetime's work.
Yeah, and now you've also got your show on New Reality TV as well. Is that a weekly show?
It is a weekly show, and there's a few pillars. There's people who have really interesting life stories, and we look at them through their eyes. We have people who are experts in other areas, like an astrologist or an iridologist, where we compare what I'm seeing in the ancestral work and what they're seeing in their work. So that's another pillar that we have. Adoptees, those who know nothing about their origin, where they came from.
Wow. Forensics then, basically.
I love that.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.